What's up, fam? It's Smiles for Miles. What's going on, gang? Welcome to Gig Life Driver. I hope I earn your subscription, and if you give me a thumbs up, that'd be awesome. Wanted to touch base about my day today and yesterday. You know, I'm sure a lot of you drivers out there like my timeline. It's from delivering food with a hat on my scooter or my bike. You guys ever, any drivers out there, you guys have a Grumpy Gus in your area that notoriously, every time you deliver to that building, the security guard, in this case it's the security guard is just panties in a bunch, like just angry at the world, talks down to you the whole night. Well, I have one. First time I interacted with him, I warned him. I said, you know, I don't really appreciate you talking down to me, and I have PTSD from traumatic brain injury, and you're going to trigger me because of your disrespectful attitude. And he just looks at me, and he was calmed down really quick. Well, yesterday I saw him again. This time I decided to be the hostile one in a very kind way. So I walk in, and I'm like, hey, how's it going there, sunshine? Anybody pissing your Wheaties this morning? And he didn't know what to do. Got caught off guard. His partner giggled. And I said, I'm here to make a delivery. They're coming down to pick it up. And I want to hear you tell me that, oh, you can't leave it here. I already know. Okay? So just mind yourself, and you'll be fine. And he just was like, yes, sir. And I'm like, that's what I thought. And the other guy just looked at me, and I said, do not learn from him. Your job is to greet the people that come through here. Be kind to them, even though they have to go through a metal detector and strip their body of any metal to go through. That's belittling as enough as for a lot of people. So your job is to be kind, not like your buddy over here that has a salty attitude and has sand in his vagina and somebody pissing in his Wheaties every morning before he leaves his job. And when I looked at him, I said, by the way, you might want to find a new career. I don't think you're cut out for this job. Maybe go find a job doing something where you don't interact with people, because you're not good at this job. And you're not, definitely couldn't be a cop with that attitude. And if you did make it as a cop, you probably wouldn't last very long on the force in the first place, because in my state, all the law enforcement officers are being retrained to be more of a social idea with the community. Back to where it used to be. Making America great again. That's making it great again. Not the bullshit from Project 2025, which you guys need to go read. It's 923 pages, but it's 923 pages that changes our demographic of our country into an oligarchy. And we don't want that. We want democracy. We want our women to have their rights. We want our children to have a future. We want all that. So this guy obviously is not happy in his job. So I just kept putting him in his place. He would try to speak and I'd talk over him. That's how I handle my bully. That's a bully, by the way. If you stand up to bullies, they don't know what to do with you. So I stood up to my bully today, or yesterday. And it was good. Hopefully he learned a lesson. Next time I come through, he'll be a little bit kinder. Or if another delivery driver shows up with food, maybe he'll be kinder than them. Who knows? Who knows? But I don't tolerate bullshit from anybody. I don't give a fuck who you are. So that was my day yesterday. I had a good day though. I made my limits and my minimum. I made a little over, but not much. It was kind of slow. Been slow today too. Didn't make my minimum today, but I wasn't very far off. I was off by a few dollars to getting to what I like to make every shift I work. But today was a good day. The one thing I wanted to share with a lot of you drivers out there, there's a 2-minute delay between when you receive the offer and the restaurant has it ready. I found that out today because I received an offer for Chipotle, as I usually do. And I went in, I went to go get it, and they're like, oh, it's running late, and I'm watching, and they're not even making it. And they said, well, manager's on the line making. She doesn't want it made until 12:30 when it's supposed to be made. And I showed the girl, and I said, well, on here it says 11:28 or 12:28. I'm not trying to cause an issue. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing on my end. So therefore, you guys would have education on my end, and I got education. So now you know why a lot of drivers get flustered, because it was supposed to be ready according to what we are given, 12:28. What you guys are getting on your end is 2 minutes later than what we're getting. So drivers, just so you know, that number that says pick up by whatever time, add 2 minutes to it before you go get it, because then you don't sit and wait and get frustrated. I learned that today after that first interaction with Chipotle. I just started waiting. I look at the clock to see what time it is, see what time I'm supposed to pick it up, and I tack on 2 minutes. Why not? You know what I mean? Like, that way it saves me frustration sitting there waiting and watching and nothing's being made and I'm trying to get out of there. This way I already know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm prepared. So that happened to me a couple times, you know, like one was a surprise. Like, I go to this one brewery restaurant called Gentle Ben's, notoriously waiting there for 10 minutes for tacos. Tacos, a side of rice, and a side of beans. It's not a 20-minute cooking process for that, or 10-minute cooking process for tacos. I know, I used to be an executive chef. Everything's pre-made. You just grab a shell, throw the meat in, all the condiments, and boom, you got 3 tacos, a scoop of rice, scoop of beans, you're done. It's like 5 minutes, but it doesn't matter. It is what it is. So I just sit and wait in the AC and relax. So today I waited. It said I had like almost 10 minutes before it was ready for pickup. It was 1:11 and it was supposed to be picked up at 1:30. And I'm like, okay, that's a big gap for me to wait. I don't mind. I waited. Or no, it was 1:11 and it was supposed to be picked up at 1:22. So it was like, 11 minutes. So I waited until 1:21 and then I walked to the restaurant, which was right across the street from where I was. And lo and behold, it was already ready. And I pulled out my chair at the bar. I'm getting ready to sit down, just cool off and relax, because I know they're usually not on time, usually very late. And the girl's like, hands it to me. I'm like, oh wow, that was quick. She goes, oh yeah. And I'm like, yeah, usually you guys are always 10 minutes late, and usually I just sit in here and enjoy the cool weather, because I'm the cool AC, because I deliver on a scooter or a bicycle, moped sometimes. And she was like, oh no, it's ready. And I'm like, she goes, you usually have to wait? I'm like, yeah, every time I come and pick up here, I have to wait like 10 minutes past time it's supposed to be ready. It's fine. Like I said, I enjoy the AC, I cool off, and I rest. But it makes no sense. And by the way, one of your regulars is one of my best buddies, and he told me, I'm not going to let you know his name because I don't want to cause issues for him, but one of my best buddies is a serious regular here, knows the owner, everything, knows the owner at Agave. And she was like, I'm like, you don't have to mention the name. Just let me know that his food is always messed up when he orders here. She's like, what? I'm like, every single time he's ordered food here from your kitchen, it's always messed up. It's always wrong, never done right, it's messed up. So it gives you a little insight that maybe you need to speak to your management and they need to rethink their kitchen staff and maybe start over. If it's starting to get light and dark, clouds are rolling in, gang, and I'm sitting in front of a window, just so you know. So yeah, so drivers, that window, that number they give us that says pick up by whatever time, tack on 2 minutes to it because it's not correct. It's 2 minutes later for the restaurant than what you are seeing on your screen. But yeah, so other than that, everything was great. UV index here was just stupid, out of control. I think it was like 12 out of 14 today. It only got up to 100, but it felt like 109, 110. You had humidity. It was just gnarly. And then, it wasn't very busy today for offers, and, it kind of adds to it, you know what I mean? So by the time my shift was done, I was below what I wanted to make, but at the same time, I was really close to what I wanted to make, so it was fine. I got hit today on my moped. not like crazy hit though. Was following what I found out later, another driver, delivery driver, it looked like for Uber. I was following her, and I'm wearing this shirt. It's not like you can't see me in your rearview mirror. I'm not tailgating her. I'm behind her. And I'm behind her the whole time. She pulls up into the same loading area where I pull up. She's not even paying attention. She backs up and like guns it to back up. And I moved my scooter, and I hit her car enough for her to slam on her brakes. I hurt my hand hitting her car to slam on her brakes, and she stopped just in time before my scooter got hit hard. And she was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't see you." I'm like, "How can you not see me? Look what I'm wearing." And she was like, "Okay." And I'm like, "And then I was behind you since Euclid. I've been behind you for over a block. How can you not see me? I'm a big dude wearing fluorescent. How can you not see me? I know what you're doing. You're on your phone texting whatever to your friends. Nothing is important more than driving that car in a correct manner. Because you could have hurt me. You could have destroyed my scooter, and it would have costed you an arm and a leg." And she was like, "I'm sorry, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She was, I'm your scooter phone?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is all I got, man." I'm like, "You're lucky." I'm like, "Word to the wise, get off your damn phone. It's not that important." "But I deliver." "Yeah, so do I." I'm like, "But I'm not on the phone with my friends having a day of fun while I'm working, driving a 1,000-pound car, delivering food, and then you're driving like a maniac. Where there's tons of pedestrians around here because this is the university area." So I crawled up her ass and camped out for a little bit. And she got it. She figured it out. Because when I went in to grab the food from Chipotle and came back out, she was talking to the girl at the restaurant she was picking up, and she saw me, and I looked at her, and she just put her head down, And the girl, I could see her, I could read lips. I heard her, I read that she's like, "You need to pay attention when you drive. You could have killed him on his scooter because you're not paying attention. Get off your phone." And so when she came out, I'm like, she goes, "I'm really sorry again, sir." And I'm like, "Just don't let it happen again to anybody. You stay off of that phone unless you're working. You understand?" She goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "This isn't social time while you're out delivering food. This is a job. You're getting paid money to do a job. You're not getting paid money to have social time in your car and hang out with your friends and video chat or text. You're going to hurt somebody, and you're going to hurt yourself on top. And you could hurt yourself physically and monetarily. And your future could be destroyed because you hit the wrong person the wrong way, and you can't drive anymore. You're done. So get off your phone, do your job, do it to your best of ability. You wait till you get home from your shift, and you call your friends and talk to them or text them then. That's it. Because you don't want the rest. If you would have hurt me and hurt my bike, my attorneys would have went after you, and we would have owned your car. We would have owned everything you had because you were not paying attention and you were on your phone. You would have been arrested. You would have been cited. It's a big deal what you just did. Okay? And she was like, "Okay, I'm sorry again." I'm like, "No problem. Just don't do it anymore." I got on my scooter and took off to my destination. I was pretty shook up. I'm not going to lie. I was pretty shook up. You got a 1,000-pound car coming at you on a little scooter. That's scary, scary, scary. So I'm heading to my destination, and I blew past the address. And I realized, I'm like, God, I'm in my head because I almost got hit. So I turn around and go back, and the lady's waiting for me. I'm like, "Hi." I'm like, "I'm sorry I blew by you." She goes, "I saw you." And I'm like, "I'm in my head." She goes, "What's wrong?" I almost got hit. I'm like, "This young lady's backing up, like not normal backing, slow. She's backing like she's in a race car backing. And I'm right behind her. And she claims she couldn't see me. She's like, first thing out of my customer's mouth, "How could she not see you? You're a big dude with a fluorescent shirt on." I'm like, "Exactly." And she goes, "So what happened?" I said, "Well, I climbed up in her backside and I read her the riot act. And then the restaurant that she picked up from, I can read lips, and she read her the riot act on top. The restaurateur gave it to her on top, and then she came out and I gave it to her some more." I just told her, you got to pay attention to what's going on. Your phone is not important. And I know you're delivering food, but your job is very quick and to the point. You pull over. If you can't pull over, you find the time, look over real quick and say, okay, and accept it. And that's it. You don't text to your friends, having a little chat about what you're going to do later that evening, or you're going out clubbing or not. And she was just like, wow, okay. So what happened? And she apologized, and I told her, don't let it happen again, because you could ruin your life. And she's like, yeah, that's very true. She could have ruined her life. She could have gotten a ticket for using her phone. She could have got a ticket for hitting you. She could have got sued by you. She would definitely be sued by you, because you got to replace your scooter. And if you got hurt, mental anguish, like, she's like, the list is long. That girl her life would have been destroyed. And I'm like, yeah. So here I am. Here's your food. It's hot. Everything's still good. Everything's wonderful. It didn't deter me from getting to you. It happened before I even went in to pick up your food. And she was like, okay, awesome. And I said, so I put you under my seat. The bucket's right above the engine, so the heat rises, keeps your food hot. And she was happy. Gave me an extra $3 cash tip on top of the $5 she already gave me. Very cool lady. So yeah, watch yourselves out there, drivers. There's drivers out there like myself that ride bicycles, mopeds, and scooters, and electric scooters. Watch yourself. You gotta pay attention. Nothing's more important than driving that car. Your friends are not more important. You can talk to your friends when you're done with your shift. Period. Full stop. There's no excuses at all. The only excuse you got for dealing with your phone other than your job for delivering food is if it's an emergency. Okay? That's it. And pretty much the majority across the country, it's a hands-free country. Nobody can use their phones while they're driving. There might be a few states here and there, I don't know, nor do I care. I matter what's happening in my state. We are no hands off your phone while you are driving. Period. Full stop. So, lesson learned. She learned a lesson. And this lesson is for any of you drivers out there that drive very erratic and have erratic behavior when you are driving your vehicle. You're going to hurt somebody and you're going to ruin your life. Period. Okay? Other than that, gang, everything else has been going good. It's been an interesting app, to say the least. You know, according to one of my customers yesterday, she received damaged food, but that's not on me because I saw it when I picked it up, and I told the restaurant, I'm like, this is leaking. You might want to fix that. Oh, it's fine. Okay. So I got, I didn't get any strikes or anything. I got a warning from DoorDash that customer complained about food damage, and DoorDash responded for me saying, driver's not responsible for the way the food is picked up. He's responsible for getting from point A to point B, or she is responsible for A to B. So we can't do anything for you, but we will note it and we'll let the driver know. So I contacted support. I let them know that the food I picked up from that restaurant, and I gave them the name of the restaurant, so they can contact the restaurant to do better, was this, this, and this, and they gave it to me in damaged form, and I even expressed concern and said, would you mind fixing this? Your customer won't be very happy receiving damaged food. And their reply was, no, we're not going to fix it, nothing. They can deal with it, it'll be fine. Okay, and I left. So DoorDash was like, oh, cool, good. Thank you for letting us know. We will reach out to the restaurant to let them know to do better. That part I was amazed about. Because usually we all get the brunt, right, guys? You get the brunt of everything as drivers, So, yeah, it's interesting. But other than that, the app's working really well. I noticed that there's days where I get higher pay offers, like up in $6, $7, $8 offers. Sometimes it's a group order and it's $15 to $45. Other days I'm getting stuck in the $3.50 to $6 range max. And that was today, and Yesterday it was the other one. So it looks like the way the algorithm is working, that if you're a Platinum Dasher, one day you're going to get like the bigger orders, and then the next day you're going to get just like standard fare, $3.50 and above. They try to sneak in a $2 order on me with a $3.50 I did the little trick that I learned from another dasher on here on Instagram. Can't remember his name, but it worked. I picked up the first order and I went to the second pickup. I hit the arrive button that I've arrived at the restaurant. I automatically put it in there, super busy, order has not been started, just so they know. I waited around, I went back outside to my scooter, I did some things with it and put some stuff away, get things ready for my delivery, and then I went back in. I waited, and about almost like 8 to 10, 9 minutes later, I get the unassigned without getting anything against me, a strike against me. I won't get paid, but I can unassign the order and not get completion rate hit. So I waited till that popped up. I unassigned it without any fear of getting in trouble, and I took off on the other delivery. And I'm glad I did, because the other delivery was just like a mile and like a half away. Paid $3.50, it ended up being $4. I was stoked on that. The other order was $2. It was a $2 order, and that was going far from the pickup area. The pickup area was approximately 2 miles and 2 cents for $2. 2.2 miles for $2. And I'm not taking 2 smoothies and a bag of food for $2, especially that far. Ain't gonna happen. If it was like around the corner, one of the dorms or something, sure, for $2 I'll take it. And if they say hand it to me, I'm gonna educate them about their thing. But today I got there, the food was ready. It's been sitting there. I can tell because you can see the smoothie is starting to separate. It's been sitting there, and it will continue to sit there because I'm not picking up a $2 order for that far of a distance. So no tip, no trip, clown. That's the way it goes. You know what I mean? And you get tired of educating these people. It works the majority of the time because you get repeat orders from those people, and they end up throwing an extra $2 on top because they realize that their food's not getting to them because they're not tipping. And then you get somebody like me that's very nice and calm and just lets them know what's going on, even though they're fully aware that DoorDash has a screen in the portal when you're checking out. It's the first portal asks if you want to leave a tip, and if you bypass, you put 0.00 and you keep going, it's going to send you a second portal window to read, and it's going to say if you're sure you don't want to tip, your chance of your food sitting in the restaurant taking longer are very high if you not tip, and then it offers you the tip amount, and it's $4. It's not 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 4, 6, 8 now, with an option to put your own amount in. So if you hit 0.00 and then you continue down the road and you check out, you're not going to get your food. So when people tell me I didn't know, I explain to them in a kind manner. I said, well, there's 2 portals that you go through. I said, I know, I use DoorDash myself. There's 2 portals. There's the first portal, you pay, you're getting ready to pay for everything, and those service charges that you're paying for delivery service. She goes, yeah. I'm like, we only get $2 in that. The rest goes to DoorDash. Oh my God. And I'm like, yeah. So how much are you paying? She goes, this time it was 13. And I'm like, yeah, $2 went to me, 11 went to them. And then they ask you if you want to leave a tip, which, who wants to leave a tip after spending all that money? She goes, I know. And she goes, and that's when I caught her. I said, see, you did know that you could leave a tip. I said, I get it, I understand. I said, but then there's a second portal that says, sure, you want to make sure you want a tip because your food, a high chance is just sitting there. And she's like, I know. And the reason you got me is because I drive a scooter, so $2 is a half a tank of gas. I said, but I'll let you know, gas is expensive, rent is expensive, groceries are expensive, utilities are expensive. People aren't even having social time. People aren't even going on vacation. And if they are, they're holding dearly and tightly to what they got to maybe go on a vacation. She's like, I know. I'm like, okay, if you know, I'm letting you know from my point of view, do solid by the drivers and you'll get your food in a timely manner. If you don't want to do that, that's fine, that's up to you. But understand, at the end of the day, when your food sits at that restaurant for an hour or more, it's because you didn't tip. Okay? She was like, yeah. She gave me dabs, I gave her dabs back, because I'm not angry at anybody at all. I'm very, like I said, I'm a very calm human being. I just will explain myself to that individual. Yes, I get a little flustered here and there. I got a little flustered today with that Chipotle order that didn't get started until 2 minutes after I arrived and I was supposed to pick it up. But whatever, it is what it is. I went and got it. They got their food. They were happy. Everything was copacetic. Fine. Sunshine and daisies. But anyways, if you're wondering when I called that security guard, how are you, Sunshine? Did anybody piss in your Wheaties? British slang, sunshine means asshole. It's the direct polar opposite. Dark asshole, bright sunshine. I say that to people all the time and they don't know what to do with it because they don't know the British slang like I do. So if you want, use it. Say, what's up, sunshine? And if it's a known asshole, well, you just call them an asshole without them realizing they called them an asshole. And they look confused. And you don't even explain yourself. Just keep going on your way. Have a great one, sunshine. No, you're gone. All right, gang. Storm's rolling in. Allergies are kicking my butt. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Peace be the journey, brothers and sisters. And get out there and do that hustle. Don't forget, subscribe.